It's time to see Three Sisters Knit. We just did our first Periscope.
Yes, and
just
it was
before.
So if you actually saw our Periscope, we're very sorry for all the shaking and everything.
I was holding
She
my
was holding
iPad
it in her hand, and so just getting used to doing that.
Yes,
anyway.
yes. I'll try to make sure I put it down somewhere next time so that it's a little more a little more
steady,
stable.
And, so we don't want people getting seasick watching us.
Yeah.
So. Anyway,
for sure.
It was fun and it was interesting. So
yeah.
But actually, so now we are doing our podcast.
Yes.
And so we'll introduce ourselves first. I'm Margaret, and on Ravelry, I am Magpie60.
And I am Sheila, and on Ravelry, I am Shishi62.
And we have a Ravelry group called Three Sisters Knit Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also on Instagram as Three Sisters Knit.
Yes.
And now we are
on Periscope. And it is Three Sisters Knit, but it's three, the number three _ Sisters Knit.
Yes.
So
we'll put that at the bottom.
Three Sisters Knit.
Yeah. So we'll put the new Periscope thing at the bottom so you see it. But if you ever stay right to the end, we always have our credits rolling and we include all that information.
Yes. Again at the end as well. Yeah. Just to make sure.
Yeah.
So
today is Thursday, October 27th.
Yes, the 27th. Wow.
Yeah, and it's very windy and wet and rainy, and
not a fall, as Dad would say, a very dreichy day.
Dreich day. So it's really, really it's cold and damp, and so we're very happy. We're in here. We're having our tea.
Yeah.
And we are quite happy to be indoors, surrounded by all the yarn.
Yes.
Because
warmth of the yarn.
icky outside.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're quite happy to be here doing this right now. So I think maybe we should get started. I'm looking at the notes here that we put together. So we're first going to just start with some general stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to talk about mine because I only just have one. What I'm wearing. So this is something I made last year, I think it was.
Yes.
And it's called the Catching Fire Cowl by Ashley McCauley of Neely's Knits.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the pattern. There we go. There we go. So that's the pattern that I used. I kept looking at this. As you can tell, I'm a Hunger Games fan. And I just thought, but part of me thought that it would be really cool to have, because I do yoga, and sometimes when you're running to yoga classes and stuff, you just sort of need something a little bit to cover you until you get warm. So this is really ideal, and I really like it. I'd like to make it again and maybe make it a bit longer, because for me, I just think it would be nice. So this is the reason I think that the Katniss character wore something like this is because she was an archer, and so you can, it doesn't get in the way. It's, on one side. And in this one, I used Sweet Georgia Superwash Chunky in the colorway Terra Firma. And so anyway, I really like it. I think it's really cool, very funky.
Yes.
Which it's kind of my style. I like things that are a little bit different from everybody else's. So anyway, that's what I'm wearing. And I don't wear it very often, but I do like it when I am wearing it. The other thing I found, because when I came over, I was wearing like a trench-style jacket.
Yes.
Very often trench. The sleeves are, at least on me, they feel a little bit, not snug or tight, but it's not like you could wear something bulky, like underneath, a bulky sweater under it. But something like this you can wear under it because it's just the way the body styling of it is. So this is really good. It kind of keeps you warm across the tops of your shoulders and your back and the front, your décolletage.
Yes.
It stays nice and warm, and it's nice and woolly. And, So it's a great little piece.
And me, as usual, I absolutely love this, wearing my Pure Joy again. I don't think I've taken it off much since I bought it, or since I made it.
Yeah.
So, because I absolutely love it. I did just wash it and block it again this week, so absolutely love it, because it's just great. Love just throwing it on. I have a couple of times, done it all the way. like a couple of times around because it's been so cool.
Yes.
So it's like, yes, I'll do it this way.
And
just,
it's funny because
just keep it around my neck a bit more.
Yeah, when I'm at home, I think. Do I have mine? Yeah, I have mine here because I actually wear mine.
Pure Joy?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have mine here. I've been wearing mine at home as well. I've been actually quite busy with my freelance work, so I find when I'm sitting for an extended period of time, I get a bit chilly.
Yes.
My office is in a north-facing room.
Yeah.
And I just find it chilly.
I really don't like my neck being cold. I like turtlenecks, hot flashes and all. I still will wear turtlenecks just because I feel I don't like being cold at all. So I am often like 2 or 3 layers, and then I'm having a hot flash and it comes off, and then but within 2 minutes I'm like all like this again.
Yeah,
so
yeah, layers are great for that.
Yes, yeah. So I'm always, it's my neck. Even in the summer, I have cotton scarves. Long rectangles, and I wear them because I don't like air conditioning because my husband just yelled down something. I was like, what?
Yes.
I think he said it's horrible out there. It's like, yes, we know.
We know. That's why we're here.
Yeah. But I don't like air conditioning because it just makes me tense right up, and my neck starts to ache, my shoulders ache. So it's just like, I just keep things warm around me.
Yeah. It's funny because neither of us has air conditioning in our homes because we don't like being cold.
No, we don't like being cold, and we always have our windows open.
Yeah,
so that always helps a lot. Yeah,
and I find I'm quite close. I'm about 10-minute walk from Lake Ontario. So
keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. So 10-minute walk from Lake Ontario, and so I find we do get a little bit of a breeze.
Yes.
And that helps.
I'm a little farther away, but
yeah, it's nice just to have the breeze when you get it.
Yeah. So, my windows are open all the time in the summer, and now that I don't have the dogs, I could like really open them. I had to keep them open only this much at the front of my house because the dogs would just go right through them. So it's like, they had the couch in the way, and so I could only have them open about 6 inches. So now I can
really fling them open.
But that'll be next summer. I can't do that now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, okay, so that was my thing that I just wanted to share. So you were going to talk about a hat. One of our Instagram followers, and and I follow her. I watch her podcast, Carla on Knit Nick's podcast. She was asking about, Margaret posted on Instagram your cobblestone hat that you're doing. The hat that I'm making.
Well, and she had asked if we knew a good cable pattern. Well, I have 2 good cable patterns. And I told her about this one here. This is good. This is one. And this is a fabulous little, and it's very stretchy and scooshy. I do not wear hats, so I'm not putting one
it's so
on.
Funny. We make a lot of these.
We make lots, but I don't wear
style hats.
Yes.
But or I guess in the U.S. they're called beanies.
Yes.
But we don't wear them because we've got like big hair.
Our hair,
and it looks funny because you pull the hat down and then the hair goes pooing.
Yes,
it's quite funny.
Yes, this was I made out of Malabrigo Rasta, I believe it was.
It's so squishy.
Or either that or the Mecha.
Mecha, yeah. It might have been Mecha.
One or the other, but yes, but it was definitely Malabrigo. So I made this, and this is a great cable, and it's very stretchy. Like it's huge. It can go very big, and that is, where did I put those patterns? Right here. That one is the Chunky Cable Hat by, it doesn't say by, it just says All About Yarn is the only thing it says at the bottom. But that's the pattern.
It's on Ravelry, right?
I believe it is on Ravelry, yeah.
And
so that one, and then I've made this one, though I don't have one that I've made because I've given a lot of these away, is called Declan's Hat, and it is on Ravelry. And it's a free pattern. And it goes everything from basically, you
can see that it goes all the way from
says basically
youngsters, like under 10, but not toddlers.
They say infant.
Oh, infant.
To adult large.
To adult. Okay.
And the adult large is like you know, somebody who's got a big head and hard to fit hat, this is a fabulous pattern. It really is. Yeah. I have our family, my husband's side of the family, the big heads. So this fits
physically big heads.
Physically big heads. Well, I don't know, Andrew. But but this one is fabulous. I have actually lengthened the brim. I like a long brim on a hat because if you want, you can fold it and it doubles extra over the ears if you want.
Keeps you warm.
That's what I do. But it's a fabulous pattern. It's an excellent pattern. Very well written and just...
Yeah, so that's Declan's Hat by Samantha Kirby.
That's right. Samantha Kirby. And that's that. So it does. It's very good. It's an excellent, excellent pattern. So if anybody wants a good cable pattern, those two are very good. They knit up actually fairly quickly. So, yay. That's a good one. So Carla, I hope that's helpful for you.
Yeah.
Those are very good patterns to use.
So I think that's actually a really good segue into our whips, at least my whips.
Your whip, anyways. Yeah.
So if you follow us on Instagram, you know that I've gotten started on a hat, a cobblestone hat by Susie Gorley. She is a Canadian. She has some patterns on Ravelry, and this cobblestones hat is the one I'm making now is the third one I've made. I've started making it now. This is for our one ball cowl. If you go to our Ravelry group page, you'll see we have a couple of threads, a chatter thread and an FO thread. So it's just, take one ball, like 100 grams, and make something with it.
Yes.
Because that's...
You have to use about 75% of the 100 grams.
Just to make sure that you use as much as possible. So I thought, I love making that, and I have this Madeline Tosh yarn that I just adore. She's been
trying to...
I love Madeline Tosh yarns. Oh my gosh, she's just... Her colorways, they're so... I always say that it's almost like the sheep were actually that color because they're just so beautifully drenched in the colors.
Yes.
So the one I made before, I sold it at our Etsy shop, and it was in a beautiful jade green color. And
it wasn't even in there long. It was in there like 2 days, and it sold. Yeah. It just boomed
on. So this one that I'm making is called Rainwater, and I think I showed it on our last podcast.
It's gray.
It's gray. There's tiny hits of sort of like a bluish color and a tiny suggestion, I will say, of like a brownish sort of color.
Undertone, maybe?
Yeah, kind of an undertone. So I love this color, and I thought it would look really cool because, it's called Rainwater and it's cobblestones, and so, you can't go wrong with...
No.
Wet cobblestones.
No.
So anyway, this is what I've got done so far. I have been posting photos of it, and you can see it's a lovely 8-row pattern, and it's got this nice 2-inch 2x2 rib with the yarn. Now the pattern does call for a I think it calls for a, this is the pattern here. And it does call for a worsted weight yarn and 4.5 millimeter needles, or US size 7, I think. And, but this is DK that I have, so I switched it up because I started on a 4 millimeter. And I thought it was really loose. Like I found that
you showed me the weave of the
finished fabric was too open, which I didn't like. So I took it all back and I switched it to, so I'm doing it on 3.5 millimeter.
And it's a much nicer fabric.
It's turning out beautifully, I think. I mean, I just love it. I know I showed it before, but oh my gosh, I just love that. So you can see it does kind of look like cobblestones. It's once it's kind of comes out, but it's simple. It's a lovely knit, and she gives you the she's like, oh, knit it this far if you want it to be a beanie, or what we call toque.
Yeah.
Or knit it a little bit more if you want it to be a slouch hat. And it's just, anyway, I really like it. So working on that. And then I was also going to tell you a little story about this
purse.
This bag.
Knitting bag.
It's a knitting bag that I made. I made one a couple of years ago. I started making one, and I posted a photo on Instagram, and then I regrammed it, or whatever you call it. But I did it again, photo of it as it was in progress. And I was contacted by an Etsy shop seller. And this is actually called a knitting needle bag, because you're supposed to put knitting needles in this top part here. I think that's a waste of knitting needles, and knitting needles are actually kind of expensive. So yes. I just thought it sounds a bit crazy to me. Anyway, this lovely woman who sold soy candles on Etsy, she contacted me and said, I've always admired that bag. Could you make one for me? And she wanted it in green, and I said sure. And I showed her pictures of some of the yarn choices when I was at the store, and she picked one. She really liked it. She I showed her pictures as it was progressing, and she was so excited about it. And anyway, when it was done, I contacted her and said, oh, it's done. I didn't hear anything. And I contacted her through Instagram and through Etsy and a variety of places. Yeah. She didn't respond, and I thought that was very strange. Yes. Because she had been so excited. And then I finally contacted her again through Etsy, and her mother replied and said that she had been killed by a drunk driver. Yeah, which it was just incredibly sad, because she was just a young woman and had a young child, a daughter, young child. Yeah, and she and her husband were, just kind of getting themselves together, starting out, and she was, so excited to be running her business on Etsy. And she loved to support, because I had a bit of a conversation with her mother over Etsy, just chatting with her, and told her about my very positive experience with her. And she was such a lovely woman, and so I learned a little bit more about them. Yeah. And anyway, so I thought, well, I had this bag and I've been looking at it, and I never knew what to do with it. So I thought, well, I'm just going to use it.
Use it for myself.
So yeah, so the pattern, I think, didn't actually have this little flappy, I don't think closure it did. Thing. But I thought, I added it for her. She liked that idea, and I got a cute little button. What I used instead of knitting needles was dowels. So I went to the hardware store with my husband, and I happened to have it. I think it calls for like 10 millimeter needle, like big chunky needles. Yes. And I happened to have a pair, so I brought them with me and just said, okay, I need it to be kind of this size. So we looked at dowels, found one that was sort of similar. And then I got these end bits are actually buttons, wooden buttons that I got wooden beads that I got from Michael's. It came with a little pack of them. And so my husband, anyway, he drilled a little bit, yes, because it just had a regular hole, which wasn't big enough, so he drilled it so that so 4 of them, so that they would fit on the end, hot glued them. And then these are sort of like the tacks that you put in, like upholstery tacks. So he hammered those in, which is really great. Like, it was really interesting, but like, I'm not good with those kinds of tools. No. so
neither myself.
Yeah, he was there, and he's like, okay, you do it. He did one, and he showed me how, and he said, okay, you do it. And I was trying, and
I'm just not good at that.
Yeah,
no, you just do it. You like for the
amount,
2 minutes it's going to take you. Just do it
just
for
do
me.
It, okay? Yes,
I'll be here an hour.
Yeah. So that's what we did. So anyway, I really like it. Now, when I found the pattern, the people who had done it before, you know how on Ravelry you can see other people's projects of it.
Yes.
A lot of people, and if I could sew, I would do this. A lot of people had taken a fabric and sewn it on the inside of this band, and some people had even lined it, because as you can see, it's not lined. It's just the fabric. And anyway, I if I were talented that way, I would do it. I mean, I'd be doing more sewing, but I don't. I can barely sew, and I don't have a sewing machine. So so yeah, it's just this, but it's huge. I know it's going to stretch. That's the only the downside, but it's huge. I mean, you can see how big it is, and it's got.
You could put that could be almost 3 balls in there.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah, I've got 1 ball. I've got my.
It's a 3-ball bag.
Yeah, my Notions pouch with the green
the pattern.
I've got my big notepad here.
Which matches.
Yes. Well, I'm kind of funny that way. It's like when my project stuff is together, it's like, ooh, this goes and with this and this matches and this matches, and I put them all together that way.
That's why she's got the little green frog on
yes,
it.
And I have the
knitting
green.
In
yes. Yeah. So Knitting in France, she does these. I think I probably have talked about this before, but I just think it's such a brilliant idea. So this is her needle. So it's a progress keeper, and it's a little frog, which I think is so adorable.
Well,
but she's got it on these like plastic kind of things, and then so you can actually put
the ends of your needles in.
The ends of your needles. So I've got like the progress keeper, and then it holds the other end of my needle so that my stitches don't come off.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
Yeah. So, I got a bunny.
And so you got a bunny. I've got a bunny. And anyway, I think it's a brilliant idea. Yeah. So that's Knitting in France. And the needles are just my 16-inch clover needles. So that's that whip. And I'm so excited to talk about this one here.
Okay. What one's that one? Oh, yes.
So this is my socks. So the last time, this is my very first pair of socks. Knitting them 2 at a time, but on 2 different magic loop versions. So the last time, so this is kind of this is the sort of the first sock that I cast on. This is the one that I work on first, get to a certain point, and then I switch to this one here. So this one, you can see where I was. This is where I was last time. And I just have, I think, 8 more rows.
2 patterns?
2 patterns I have to do on this, and then I can go to the heel.
Yeah.
So that's this one. And then this one, I have probably more like 5, 6, 7. Because you do 18 patterns.
Yes.
I've got 12 done, I think, on this one. So I have another 6. Yeah.
So about 24 rows.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where this one is. And
you can look at the tonal.
I know.
Especially this side. I'm sorry, but this side you can really see it.
Yeah, certain lights you can really see. Same with on this one here.
And it's Georgian Bay fiber.
Yeah. I forget what it's called.
Look, that one looks so much grayer than this one, but it's a blue. It's a very pale
It's
blue.
like an ice blue.
What is it? Something sky?
Yeah, actually, you didn't give me
I have it here.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is Carrington Winter Sky.
So this is it.
Carrington Winter Sky. McCoy sock. So that's the same one. Yeah. I just haven't skeined this one. I had 2, so she picked it out of all the yarns that I had.
Yeah.
So to use, and
I think that's just such. It's beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful.
I mean, what it is. 80% treated merino and 20% nylon.
Yeah.
So
you get 115 grams in her skeins.
Yeah.
Which is 385 meters. So it's a really squishy. Or 385 meters, 420 yards. So it's super washed because it says machine washable and dryable. So it's like, yay.
Yes. Well, when they're socks, you want to be able to wash them.
Yeah. So, but that's all her stuff.
So that's mine, and I don't have anything finished. So
I'm really only working on one thing right now. I am for our one ball cal, and also, and I'm going to enter this one in the Die Another Day shawl cal that they're having right now. This is the pattern.
So
this is Lisa Much. This is actually, I believe it's a free pattern on Ravelry.
Yeah, I think it is.
And it's called Zilver.
It's a triangular shawl.
Scarf shawl, one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And this is mine.
Oh, wow. It's just gorgeous. You know, it makes it... her photo, she uses, I guess, kind of a silvery yarn.
Yes.
And it looks really, really pretty.
It is.
This gives a whole
new
different
look to it.
Yeah.
And it's so simple because these stocking stitch sections will stay the same width all the way along, but the this section here, this pattern row, well, that's the first one, and then you do your stocking stitch section, and then the second one, I do 2 rows. Your stocking stitch section, then you do 3 rows of that pattern, and then the stocking stitch, and I just finished the 4th row. So, and then I'm going to do the stocking stitch pattern, then you do 5, and then
so on.
and then 6, yeah, until you get it. And the yarn, I have it in my Artisan bag, flamingo bag. Yes, this is the one that
it's all matchy.
Yeah,
like
matchy. This is the one that Amanda just about took home.
Yeah, yeah.
She just about took it home. She really liked it. I am using Query fiber.
Yes.
We picked this up at Love to Knit in Rhode Island, and this is her Babe colorway. So that's what that's what I'm doing it in. So I really love it. Like, I'm just having so much fun with the yarn. I'm loving it. Like this
the way it's turning out.
This section just has like so much black in it. That one section here, it's like so dark.
Yeah, but it's really cool looking.
I know. It is. I absolutely love it. So, and there's the skein all skeined up, and it's got it's all got like some really pale pink areas, but then it's got some much darker ones, and some of like that one's almost rusty there.
Yeah.
And then there's a bit of red, so it really goes from pink to reds, and they've got that bits of black and then the browny black sort of color in it. I love it, absolutely love it. I'm just really enjoying this.
Yeah, it's really soft too.
Because I only started this the other day, and I've got
I know
much done. It's like knitting it really fast.
Yeah, she showed me a photo. You know, we were texting, and she showed
said,
me.
"Oh, check this out!"
I was like,
and she's like, "What?"
That's really nice. And then I come here today, and I was like, "Wow." So yeah, you got tons done.
That's all I'm actually working on right now, because I'm trying. I want to get that done because I really want to get these socks done for Brian, and I haven't even started them. The blueberry waffle socks. I haven't even started them, and like his birthday's December. If I can give it to him at the beginning for his birthday, if not, they're going into stocking for Christmas. But I'd like to get it done for his birthday.
That's the game plan.
But I finished something, so that's why I've been like on the go. So this week I finished. I showed everybody I was doing the Moon Shadow shawl by Zeddy. This is it. It is done. I still have to sew the ends in, but this is it. It's done. I did it plain. I did not add. You're supposed to go as far as you want, and then you do another section where you double the stitches, and then you knit a row, and then you double them again, and then you knit another row, and then you double it, and you just keep doing that, and it makes it quite ruffly at the ends. But I thought, because I had so much yarn, and I didn't want to shorten the shawl. I really wanted it long, and I really need blocking wires. I so need blocking wires, because I think this would have blocked so much better if I had blocking wires. I just had to pull it out. I didn't want to pin it, because I'd be putting a pin in every single stitch to make sure. But I laid it out, and I'm like stretching it and stretching it and stretching it like this. I want to
show. So this is the end.
Yeah, that's
this is the bottom.
That's Rain City Yarns.
So this is Rain City Yarns, the gray.
Yes. I think they called it Heather Gray.
Okay.
And the rainbow up here, all this color from here up is Sunset on Westwood by our friend Jennifer, the yarn therapist. So, but yeah, that
so
it.
gorgeous.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
And it's amazing to have like the gray with the rainbow with it.
Like it really, it's almost like a funny U, like it sort of goes down.
Yeah, because this kind of
it's not really a long crescent. It's more of a rounded crescent. So, which I also thought, which I might do, I'm not sure, but I think it would be, I saw this idea from someone, it would be a really good breastfeeding shawl too.
Yeah, not that you need to worry about
that. No, not for myself. No, a little beyond that.
Yeah.
But yes, because I've seen, and I thought
pattern would be.
It would be very good. You could make it even longer. If I had more gray, I would have added more.
Yeah.
I would have made it even longer because it actually is, like if I put it at my neck, it actually comes down to the top of my pants.
Yeah.
So it's actually a good length, and I think most shawls should be. I look at a lot of shawls and I think they're awfully short because they only come like below my shoulders, and I want one that comes down, like down.
Yeah.
I want a shawl to keep my back warm, not just my shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it's chilly enough that you actually want to wear a shawl.
Because even though...
And sometimes if you wear a shawl like over a jacket,
that's this
it
one
needs to
here.
be bigger. Yeah, and look at
and like there's my waist.
Yeah.
There's the pants.
And it comes, here's the point.
Yes.
So it comes like down to about here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's it's very, very good that way. And even this way, like it's very cozy. It doesn't just cover the top of my shoulders, it comes down.
Yeah.
Which I really like. It sort of like covers, almost goes to your elbows.
Yeah.
So, which I really, really like. And I just think that this is absolutely beautiful. And I've entered this one in...
Who's doing? Is it a rainbow?
Lynn, Sunshine and Bubblegum.
Oh, that's right.
She's doing a gradient cal.
Yeah.
And so I entered it in that. So. Woohoo! We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, love it.
But yeah, I do. I love it, and because it's a DK.
It's really heavy.
It's got a good weight to it. So, which I think will be great because if I was to sort of hang it, it might drape.
That's true. Could try that because I've seen some people who. Yes. When they're blocking, I guess they actually pin them on a clothesline of some kind.
Yeah, because that way
and then
it just hangs
nicely.
Yeah.
So that's enough.
Yeah,
that's
I have to sew the ends in.
Gosh, your bind off is so pretty, Sheila.
That's that. I knit a stitch yarn over. Yeah, I knit a stitch. I do a yarn over, and then I knit the next stitch. And then I take both the stitches off. So it gives you the stretchy bind off.
Okay.
I think I don't know if it's that Jenny's stretchy bind off or not, but it's one that I've been doing on when I found that I do it on almost every single shawl that I have now.
Yeah,
because I find sometimes using some of the other ones, like I know there's the one knit two together, put it back on the other needle. I find even that's not stretchy enough. And I just think that this one is it's an excellent.
Sorry, hang on.
I know
it's so heavy.
It's heavy, but it's such a great bind off. It really, really
and
is.
It's so
really
pretty,
like
actually.
It. Yeah, it is. It turned out very nicely.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what I do. I knit a stitch, yarn over, knit the next stitch, and take both the other previous stitches.
So the first stitch and the yarn over the second one.
Yes, and then I do a yarn over, knit the next stitch, take the other two off.
Yeah.
Yarn over, knit the next stitch.
Because it gives a really pretty edge, and it gives a nice, like, really even, so you don't.
Very
it doesn't
nicely
look like
even,
it's
and
tight.
it does like that's a really nice stretchy edge.
Yeah, that is nice.
It is. It's
That's
very
really good.
very nice and stretchy. So, and I like that. So that was one thing that I finished. The next thing, finally finished, I can give it to him now because his birthday's next week, is my youngest son. I finished his blanket. I'm not going to show it all because I will tell you, it's like a granny star. It's 5 points. From one point to the other, it's about 6.5 feet long. From like just going on the outside points. To go across from one point to the other point is at least 9.5 feet.
I was going to say it's 9 feet. I thought that was what you
At least 9.5 feet.
Wow.
Maybe more. If I was to actually block it and stretch it out, it would be bigger. So he wanted a 10-foot blanket. He got a 10-foot blanket. So, which he loves this. He finally saw it and he was just like, oh wow. He thinks it's great. He absolutely loves it. Good. So. Now that it's, and I literally had like the smallest ball of yarn left when I finished. I just did a single crochet edge all the way around it, and that's it. And it's done. That's it, absolutely done. So, yay!
Yep, we'll just show part of it.
Yeah. Here, we can block us both. It's absolutely massive. So there's my scrappy memory granny star blanket. So yay, it's done. I can now give it to him and say, here you go. Never ask me for anything again. But that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put it down here. Okay. It takes up so much room and it's heavy. It actually is really heavy. So, but that's it. That's what I'm working on is that shawl, and then I'm finished the other two. I have to sew in the ends of this one, and that's it. I'm done.
Yeah. So that's kind of it for what we're working on.
Yes.
But I think we wanted to share with you something that we've been working on. You've seen a lot of the things that we've worked on the last couple of months.
We've been showing you it all.
So Sheila and I guess a couple of years, we'll start right at the beginning. So a couple of years ago, our father is remarried, and our stepmother lives near, so anyway, and he does now too, but that lives near Presqu'île Provincial Park. That is east of us, so it's in
Brighton, Ontario.
Yeah, and it's right on,
the
Lake Ontario. There's a campground there, and it's a beautiful, beautiful park. And so there's a group of local people who are trying to support maintaining parts of the park, the historic parts.
Historical parts in the park.
For example, there's a lighthouse there, and there's the cottagey type buildings that are there.
Yeah, so they're sort of like, they would be sort of like, I've been to some places and they're sort of like the education center of the park.
Yes.
So you could go there and they would have, like, if you were camping there throughout the week, sometimes they have little information sessions and little classes that you can put your kids in about wildlife and plants and things like that, and about nature and all that.
So that group is called Friends of Presqu'île. And this time of year they have a crafts artisan show called Christmas at Presqu'île, and it's 2 weekends in November and the Wednesday in between those 2 weekends. And so it's it's a juried show, which means that we have to present our items, and then they decide whether or not they will take your things. So we did that back in, gosh, when was that?
June or July. June or July, yeah.
It was quite a long time ago, and they accepted us, and
which we were over the moon.
Yes, we were quite excited. It was kind of funny because we brought all kinds of things. We brought shawls, we brought hats, scarves, cowls, like all kinds of things that we have in our shop, and we were also wearing. You were wearing your spiral staircase shawl.
Yes, I was wearing this.
And I had a cottony one that I was wearing. It was summery, so I was wearing a kind of a cottony, very lightweight, knit on the bias, very open weave. And they said, well, we already have a lot of people who are selling like the hats, the winter hats and things.
The winter scarves
and that. So we don't really need that, but we really like the scarves that you're wearing. So perhaps you could give us about a dozen of those styles, those hats, or those scarves. And they're going to put it in with the jewelry rather than with all the knitted things.
Yes.
And so that's actually kind of a cool idea.
Yes.
So the interesting part is that, you know, as we sell, they take a portion of whatever money that comes in. They take a portion, and that goes towards funding their activities.
Yes.
And anyway, we're quite excited about it because it's for a good cause, and it's just
it
gets us kind of out there.
It opens November 5th.
Okay.
Yes, because we've got the open house the night before.
I thought okay. Yeah.
I think that's on the 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so the 5th is the Saturday, November 5th is the first weekend.
Yes.
And there is a small charge to get in.
Is there?
Yeah, we always had to pay to get in.
Oh, okay.
You pay to get, it's a few bucks. But you wander around and the stuff is beautiful.
It's amazing.
I picked up a beautiful encaustic
sort of a painting, but it's encaustic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's like dripped wax over canvas.
Yeah.
And that. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I picked up that like 6-foot snowman.
Yes.
One time.
Yes.
I like snowmen. I have a thing for snowmen. But they've got some really, really interesting things.
A lot
very,
of
very interesting
local artisans.
Yes.
And so there's everything from artwork to hand knits to woodworked pieces.
Yes. They even have
jewelry.
I think homemade jams and things like that as well.
So it really runs the gamut of
local stuff. So
and because it's local, and because a lot of the people who come are local, and they like to support that, it gets a nice amount of traffic.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's very busy. The weekends are very, very busy. So,
but
we might go for the. They have a special night for the
exhibitors.
The night before it opens, so we can all sort of go through and see how it's all set up and all of this sort of stuff.
Because this is the other part that's a little bit different than other craft shows is that we don't actually.
We don't have to be there to sell it.
They use all their own volunteers to sort of man the stations, as it were. So it's different.
It is. It's very different, which is kind of neat. All we have to do was supply the stuff, and we have to make just a few more because they say, we may give you a call saying we need a few more items.
Yeah.
So
we gave them the dozen they asked for.
I think we have 4 already finished.
Yeah, so a lot of those
few.
The workday scarves that I was making,
the conundrum scarf, the
gallatin
the other ones that I made a couple more with like this as well, this style as well. I made a couple of these because these are very nice. They're actually very good for decorative. They're more like in a way they're a necklace. Yeah. You add them to they add to
it's
the
an
outfit
accessory
you're wearing.
way.
It's more of an accessory than used for warmth for sure.
Yes.
So we made several.
A lot of. So we have a dozen. So you've seen them, the things that we've been working on, all the skinny scarves and that. That's what we have. So we went last Friday. We drove out to Presqu'île, and it was a day very similar to today.
It was very much like today.
Raining and windy and not very nice. But I did shoot some video with my iPhone. And I'm going to see if I can attach it to the end of this podcast so you can see what it looks like as we go through the park, just a minute or so. And, because it was very pretty. The leaves were all golden. A lot were down on the road. The camping portion of it is closed for the season, obviously. Yes.
I can't wait till we go because in the other they have all the crafts and artisan displays are in the one house, and then you go to the other cabin and they have this sort of
like a tea room,
but they have like this cake, pumpkin spice type cake with a caramel rum sauce or something like. Oh my god, it's like so good.
It's really good.
and like hot apple cider.
Yeah.
And it's like we're gonna head over there.
So anyway, we're all excited about that.
Yeah,
so
we're
that's
very excited about that. So,
and I think that's sort of that was our big news. As I said, I'm going to try and attach the video to the end of our podcast.
Yes.
So hopefully you'll stick around and see that coming up next. And as we said earlier, we've now joined Periscope. So we'll all of our contact info will be showing up at the end of the podcast.
And I may often Periscope without Margaret because we're like half an hour away from each other. Yeah. And it's on my iPad. That we will I've been joining in the morning, and I've with Sue Stokes of Knit 24 of Legacy Knits. So I've gone in, and I always have to say, "Oh, hi Sue, it's Sheila," just because there's two of us, so I always like to let people know. And I've started on Instagram now when I write a comment, I just put S at the end, so people know that I'm the one that commented. Not because we both can do Instagram.
Yeah, we both.
She does it on her phone, and I do it on an iPad. So so if I type it in, I type S. So everybody, if you get that, if you've made a comment, it's me. If it's an S. Yeah. That way, because one person commented, I don't know which one I'm talking to. Yeah. Yeah. So we decided that would be better. I'll just write an S at the end when I make a comment. So. But anyways, I think that's about it.
That is.
Now there is one knit along I'm also looking forward to starting, and thank goodness it's going to last for a couple of months. Eric of Sticks Plus Twine is doing a pie shawl knit along. So that's a round shawl.
So was he interested in making one? I haven't seen his latest one.
He put it out. It was a couple ago. He put out saying, like, what would you rather do? Would you rather like do a sweater? Would you rather do a pie shawl? Made some suggestions, and the majority vote was pie shawl. Oh, okay. So that's
interesting, because I wouldn't necessarily think that would be the most popular choice, but
I was a little surprised. Well, it's like, well, if it's a sweater, I'm not joining in because I don't knit sweaters. So, but I'll knit a shawl, and I'll knit one in the round. I've got several patterns.
You're showing me a lot of them. Yeah,
I've got one picked out, but it's more of a blanket, but it's kind of the same idea. So I'm going to do that. Excuse me, as everything drops. It's called this one, the Radiating Star. They call it a blanket. But it's kind of like a shawl. You could use it as a shawl. And this one suggests using Peyton's Chunky. But I think you could use this as long as you have enough yarn. You could just keep it going.
Yeah, I think
instead of finishing it.
If you chose, let's say, a fingering weight.
Yes.
And you wanted to make and just adjust the needle size, it would just be a little bit smaller, I guess. But then you could, like you said, just keep. It's radiating, so you just keep adding.
Exactly. There's 95 yards, or 95 rows. Or 95, or so probably double that. So probably closer to 200.
Doesn't it kind of look? I know it's a
it's
star.
Black and, I did it black and white.
Yeah, but doesn't it look kind of like a poinsettia?
Yes, in a way it does. You could, I'm pretty sure you could, well, might be difficult to change colors so that just that part was red. Yeah. But I think it would look really nice in a variegated yarn, in a really like nice a tonal or something like that.
The way this is.
Yes.
Something really tonal like this, where it's like blue or whatever, but it's like shades of it in there. So it's,
I think it would be nice.
I think it would be really nice like that.
Like, or is it like something like this?
Yes.
So where it starts the color,
that
would
really
change the color really nicely. So, but so I'm thinking I might do that one. But I'm going, well, it says it's a blanket, it's not a shawl. If I use sock yarn, so I've got all these things going through my head.
Through your head, yeah. But
I could maybe just,
thing, you know, that's one of the things I love about knitting is that there's always new things to learn. Whether it's a stitch or, like calculating, figuring out how to make a pattern your own that's going to work for you the way you want it to. Yeah. And you've never done a round shawl or round blanket.
No, so I haven't.
This would be really,
one of the boys, Mom knit one for one of the boys.
Yeah.
And they still have it. All the special things that Mom knit them and that were just theirs when they were babies, I put all in like their own little Rubbermaid container, and they each have them. So I think that was Andrew's.
Okay.
Yes. So, and she did it. She had different colored yarn. Yeah. If you saw it, I could find it because I think I still have it.
Yeah.
So, but it's a very nice pattern, and it's all done in the round. It's quite nice. I like it.
very cool.
So she just didn't do all the lacy stuff around the edge. She just did the plain.
Yeah.
It was sort of like this, but completely in the round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Mom didn't. There was a lacy edge to it. She just didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't think.
She just did the round part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which it worked out big enough anyway. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be lacy when it's for a boy. And
well,
I think Mom wasn't really big on lacy.
No, because it was peach.
She's like me. She liked,
did a peach color.
She liked doing color work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember her talking once about, because I've made the Fair Isle.
Yes.
And I remember her saying, when I was really young, she made me a Fair Isle, much more complicated.
Yeah.
Because it was in like a sock weight yarn.
Yeah.
A pullover.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like a camel brown, and then it was like about 3 or 4 colors in through here, and because it was a sock weight or fingering weight, it was much lighter. I remember it, and it had the one button to do it up at the back and everything. Like it was really nice.
Wow.
But I remember her talking about how she said, when you do this part. And she says, and then this part, she goes, it's just so boring. So
I have no problem with the boring.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought that was really funny. So I think I definitely am like Mom that way. I can do without lace, but I love doing color work. I think Mom
would be surprised at how far we've come with our knitting.
Yes. Yeah, she would be.
Because baby blankets, love knitting blankets. Yeah. I do. I like knitting blankets. Plain simple ones or ones with a bit of I'm quite happy to do that. But there's certain things, like I've done lacy things. I did that bottom up birch, and I gave that to Erla for her for Christmas, that out of that fuzzy. Oh my God. I loved doing that. I loved it. And it was like all lace and all this. I think I have to be in the mood, because I've looked at some of the pie shawls, and I've looked at them and I'm like, yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, some of them. I mean, I love when I look at lacy. I
love it, and I so appreciate it because I know the work that goes into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just I'm just, if people out there, if you're a lacy knitter, like
hats off to you.
Yes, it's just not going to happen.
I know.
In my house.
Yeah. So. I like a little bit of lacy. Sometimes it doesn't have to be too lacy.
Yes,
that's for sure.
I have seen some where they've just got a nice just the edge or something, and I just think that it's sometimes it just sets it off really prettily. Yes, and I quite like that. But if it's like the whole thing is all lace,
like I did that begonia shawl. Yeah, now that was in lace weight, so that was really, that just made it fine. But really, it really wasn't lace, what I would consider lace work. Yeah, it really wasn't.
No, it wasn't really.
So I've done others that are lace work. Yeah. So, but that one, it really isn't. It's just because it's a lace weight yarn. That one. That it was just that it just looked so light and lacy, but it really wasn't a lacy pattern, so to speak. But I like doing that one. Yeah. When I finally figured out where I was after putting it down for 6 months.
It'd be interesting to see that one in a sock weight yarn.
I think I might. Yeah.
Because it would be
could very
bigger.
Yes. I would hope so. Yeah. Because I was surprised at how small it was.
Yeah. Well, part of that was probably because it's the lace weight.
Could be. But it said lace weight. That's what it asked for.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah.
Yeah. But I think a fingering weight might be kind of nice.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I could do that easy enough.
Yeah.
Because I did enjoy that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's always worth doing again then.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's the thing. Once you find something that you really like, you just like, oh, I can't wait to make it again.
Yes.
I feel that way about the Pure Joy shawl.
Oh, I know. Like I've made 2. I could very easily do another one.
I know. I think some of the yarn that I got.
so much yarn. I'm going.
Yeah, and I think some of the yarn that I got on our yarn crawl down into the U.S. I think I have 2 put aside that I think I'm gonna make another one at some point. Yeah. Yeah, because it's just I mean, it lives up to its name. It is pure joy to work on, I find.
Oh, so, I didn't bring it. I was gonna do some. Oh, I didn't bring it. I was gonna say, I won a prize from.
Oh, that's right.
I won a prize from Socksetera, yes. Shannon of Socksetera. She had a Canadian cal, and I entered in this because the yarn is Canadian. Yeah. I also entered in my Kim's Hermione socks because
right.
the yarn's all Canadian.
All Canadian.
And I won a prize. I won one of her bags. Her little bags.
Oh my gosh, that's too bad.
It's upstairs. Okay. I forgot to bring it down.
You know what? I'll cut it,
post it.
and then I'll cut it, and then we can come back.
Okay.
And we'll do another one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's really
we
cute.
Can find it.
Really cute.
Yeah, we'll maybe take a photo and insert it in or something like that.
Yeah. We can do that.
So we'll definitely show that because it was so. Oh my gosh,
so cute. I love it.
We were really excited.
Yeah. And she mailed
video.
it out just before she went away. So she's away for a 6-week trip down to California.
Yeah.
So she mailed it out the morning that she left.
She was leaving. I know. I was watching her podcast, and I didn't even think about that Sheila had entered.
It's like you enter them and you forget right?
about it. And so I'm watching it, and then right at the end she did it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's Sheila!"
I get this text, Sheila, you have to do this. You have to do that.
And you were at the cottage.
I was at the cottage. There's like no way I can get on YouTube at the cottage.
Yeah,
so it was like, this isn't happening. So
I said, "Oh, you won something." I didn't tell her what it was. I wanted her to go and see it herself. So
I did.
Yeah. So we'll take a photo. Yeah. And we'll insert it in here, and so you can see. So, but I think that's everything for now. We have been rambling on.
Yes, we have.
So yeah. So thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
If you are first time joining us, I hope you found something interesting and entertaining, perhaps. And if you've been with us before, thank you for coming back. We really, really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. Yeah. Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
So. Anyways, goodbye and be kind. Okay. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Hi.
And
We're back.
I was telling you about I won for put with this for in Shannon of Socks, etc. And this is the little bag I won.
It's so cute.
It's like a sock bag.
Yeah.
And look at the inside. How cheery is that?
I love that.
So it's nice because it'll be able to, it stands up on its own once you do that. It sort of stands.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, ta-da!
That's excellent.
Yeah, there's like no
interface?
No interfacing in there. So, which is fine. It's just, it's lovely.
It's still sturdy enough.
Yeah.
Once you have something in there, especially. And it's your first drawstring bag, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
Yes, there's her little logo. Sock, etc. And then it just doop.
Oh, that's so neat.
It is. It's a great little thing.
Yeah.
And it's one with it not having the interfacing. If you have like your other knitting bag, you could throw in another small project. You could just put that in there and there's a small project for you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
Oh, I can't wait to use it. I'm so excited about it.
Yay.
So, yes, because I don't win things very much.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. So thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon.
That was excellent.
Yes.
And then the other thing that we forgot to mention is this is episode 10. Mm-hmm. And we're very excited that 10 episodes.
Woo!
And so...
You can put in the...
Yay. So 10th episode and on our Ravelry podcast group, we have over 100 people joined our group.
Yes.
We're thrilled to bits about that. So we thought we would do a little giveaway to mark this momentous occasion of 10 episodes and 100 people in our group.
Yes.
So we thought we'll give away some minis that we have. Yes. And a DPN cozy, similar to in this style, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's similar. It won't be this pattern, but it's going to be in this style.
Yes.
So it's got the snap.
Yes.
And so it's, even though it's a DPN cozy, you can still, I use it for my circulars.
I see so many people. I saw Eric on his latest one. He had his circulars in that too.
Yeah, they're excellent. So we'll give away one of those and a progress keeper.
Yes.
So we'll actually give away 2. We've got a whole bunch of minis, so we'll just split up the minis.
Yeah.
And we have 2 of the DPN cozies, and we have a couple of progress keepers.
Yes.
So we will giveaway. So what I'll do is I'll start in our Ravelry group. I will start a thread, and I think we'll just have people comment. And I think what I'll just ask you, because it really doesn't matter, I just need people to comment. Why not just tell me what the weather like is where you are right now?
Yes.
So we'll do that just I think for the next week. And so we will close it out on, what should we say, Thursday or Friday next week?
Yeah, next Friday.
So
Friday. That'll be November, let me see, 31st is Monday, so that'll be the 4th.
November 4th.
Yes.
So we'll close it out noon Eastern time on November the 4th.
Yes.
And
Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. So, which is the time that we are here. So we'll close it out then. I'll lock it, and then I'll do a random number generator, and maybe we could do a Periscope on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so it depends if you want to go to the.
Yeah, I mean, we might be going out somewhere together.
Then we can.
We'll do it together. So yeah, so we'll try and do that.
Yeah.
So
that would be good.
Yeah. So as I said, we'll have a thread for the draw, 10th episode, and 100 people in our group.
Yes.
And just put a comment in saying what the weather's like where you are.
Yes.
Because we've been complaining about the weather here.
Yes.
And
so many people have their podcasts and they're all like, "Oh, pumpkin spice." Yeah. It's like, that's fine.
That's fine.
Give me the sun, thank you.
Yes. I saw somebody.
I don't mind fall if it's sunny and bright out.
Yeah, but I saw somebody on Instagram that we follow, and they posted something about, because I guess they must be down under, and they're talking about the summer weather and sunshine and warmth, and I'm like, oh,
I want to go.
If I ever win the lottery, like the super huge lottery, I will never ever see snow.
They've got that new lottery out in Ontario. Get $1,000 a day. Like, oh,
yeah. But anyway,
great.
that's a big pipe dream. So
that's
right
on
now,
our wish list.
Yeah, the focus right now is on our Ravelry group and all the wonderful people who are following us, our podcast, and
our one ball cal. We didn't show. Well, I'll show you the prizes again.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So the prizes. The first number we pick will be this skein of Query Fibers.
Aegean blue, it's called.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful color.
Yes.
It's a fingering weight.
Yes, it is. It's 80-20 superwash merino and nylon. There's 400 yards.
Yep. So
it's
we
machine wash, cold, lay flat to dry, and it's so soft.
Yeah.
It is like so soft.
And we figure since you're using up a ball,
you can get a ball.
Somebody will get a ball.
And then this is the mini keychain sock blocker from
Artisan bags.
Yeah, Artisan bags.
She sent that along.
Yes, there's the keychain, and you get the rest. You get the recipe, the pattern to make the little mini socks up there. And then here is the stitch marker. A little Canadian maple leaf. It says Canada.
Yes.
I have to order more of those. I want to give those away when we give prizes. So, but yes, so that's that. Those are the two prizes. So enter. We're looking forward to see what everybody's FOs are.
Yeah, and hearing about what the weather is like where you are, particularly if it's nice and warm.
Yes. Yes, especially if you're from somewhere in the southern hemisphere.
Yes, down under.
So, or close to the equator. We'd be really happy to hear about that. Yeah. So
anyway, take care, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
I love when the leaves come fluttering down.
Yeah. This is just so pretty. We're in a tree cathedral. That's what I always like. Cathedral.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I don't think the camera is actually picking up how bright
There's
it actually
such a
is,
glow.
but it's glowing. With the leaves on the ground,
the yellow tree,
yellow leaves on the tree still, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.